I'm Jim Stanovich, part of Northwest Civil War Council.
Okay. So, what does Civil War Council or Northwest Civil War Council do?
We portray life in 1863 during the Civil War. Um, I've been doing this since 1992. Joined as part of the 4th Texas. Moved up through the ranks, was sergeant, um, corporal, then sergeant, then company commander, then infantry major, and then eventually became the brigade commander, which I did for 19 years. And I'm the retired general.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What's the main mission of the council?
our main mission is to educate people about the Civil War, about the really to tell people what the causes of it, how it came about, um, the effects of it during the war, after the war, because there's a lot of misconceptions about the war,
Mm-hmm.
and our mission is to educate people on what really happened back then and what it was like, what people went through, the tragedies, the horror. Um, we really try not to glorify the war. We try to show what it was like. We have fun in the evenings and a lot of camaraderie. We're kind of one big family here, but our real mission is to educate people on what happened during that time because there's not a lot of that education out there anymore.
Yeah. Do you do anything special for kids?
We do a lot of school presentations. Um, our spring event, which is in Cheetah Lake in Lebanon,
Mm-hmm.
we do a school day on Friday where we invite schools to come in. We get a lot of homeschoolers during that event, and that's really important. That's when we really get to talk to the kids and show them what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I'm out there, I really try to stress the point that this wasn't a bunch of um, fun and glory. This was really a really tragic part of our history, and how so many people died, and
Mm-hmm.
brothers fighting brothers, and so much of it was just horrifying. How you'd be camping with these people for years, and then or months, sometimes years, and you never knew at the end of the day who you're still going to be left.
Uh, Everybody in the organization are actors, correct?
Actors,
Community actors, reenactors.
yeah, I mean we're
Uh,
reenactors. Some are better at the acting part of it than others.
uh, it doesn't matter. I mean, nobody claims a particular side. You can be Union one day, you can be Confederate the next.
Well, to some extent,
Mm-hmm.
the two main brigades, we have a Union brigade, Confederate brigade. Um, with the infantry, we stay one side or the other. We sometimes will, some certain units will go fight the other side with the other side, but most of the units are either Confederate or Union. With the artillery, they have to be able to go both ways, and same with the cavalry because of the
Mm-hmm.
numbers and the horses. They have to be able to switch from one side or the other depending on the battle scenario.
Okay. Well, that and if not enough from one side show up for the reenactment, then
Right.
they switch. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's with the infantry. If one side's a little short and
Mm-hmm.
they need to win that battle, then a unit will galvanize and go to the other side. But that doesn't happen as much as with the artillery or the cavalry.
Are there people here who specialize on a particular individual or individuals that participated in the Civil War?
There's a few. Um, we used to have a guy that did did a really good portrayal of Grant.
Mm-hmm.
He was my sergeant major, Bob Lott. He would portray Grant on occasion, even though he was part of the Confederate brigade. He would do a living history thing on Grant. Did a really good job of it. And we have people from back east that come out and do that kind of stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think we have a really good Lincoln.
we have a good Lincoln too that participates in the club from time to time.
Yeah.
Got a couple of those different Lincolns.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we are pretty much just generic soldiers at the time, not specific soldiers.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me why you feel that the communities in Oregon should support the Northwest Civil War Council? Why is it vital that we continue?
Education, education, education. Mm-hmm. It's all about education and making sure that people know about this history so it's not repeated. I think that's our most important part of it.
Okay. Any idea how much does it cost to put something like this on?
Depending on the site, our Clatsop County event, when I was event coordinator for that, by the time we did porta potties, firewood, permits, site rental, it was around $5,000-$6,000 before we ever started the event.
Okay. So outside funding would be incredibly helpful.
Incredibly helpful.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything else to add?
Can't think of anything.
Okay. All right. That'll do it.
Does that help?
Yep.